Here is an explanation for the answer to final exam question number 6 in Alternative Energy Demystified, 2nd edition. If you have the printed book, you'll find it on pages 310 and 311. We're talking about methane as a home heating fuel, and what we're looking at here is a diagram of a furnace that burns methane, typical forced air furnace, which you'll find in a lot of houses, particularly in the Midwestern United States. We have a combustion air intake here that goes to the furnace, a circulation air intake. Generally, this circulation air intake is inside the house. The combustion air intake is outside of the house. And also there is a combustion air or exhaust outflow vent that goes outside of the house that forms part of this system right here. By keeping that combustion air separated from the air in the house, we manage to prevent the possibility of carbon monoxide gas buildup in the house, or at least greatly minimize it. These are all the vents, and the return airflow goes back into the circulation air intake and back into the furnace. Flows out through these ducts, and the furnace burns methane gas. A furnace like this can also burn oil or propane, liquid petroleum, which is a liquid when stored, but becomes gaseous as soon as it's released, as soon as the pressure is relieved on it. But here in this question we're talking about which of the following characteristics actually represents a disadvantage of methane as a home heating fuel. Methane, also known as natural gas. Methane is a gas even under pressure, and this is the problem. It's difficult to store in residential tanks. Now, liquid petroleum gas, or propane, is much easier to store in residential tanks and burns much the same as methane in a furnace. But methane is difficult to store in residential tanks, so the correct choice for this question is choice C. The other choices, well, it certainly burns efficiently, so choice A is wrong. There certainly is a transport infrastructure, so choice B is wrong. You've heard of gas pipelines. Well, they're everywhere. D, it pollutes a lot? Well, no, it certainly doesn't pollute very much compared to other fuels, particularly coal. Particularly coal. Coal pollutes a lot more. Methane is one of the least polluting, provided that it is refined properly. And of course, E, all of the above, therefore, is obviously not right. So the correct choice, once again, is C. It is hard to store this stuff in residential tanks because it stays gaseous. You can't really compress it very much.